Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we do have the Feds coming out tomorrow with the interest rate hikes. So expect us to sort of just bounce around in this zone until that happens. I don't think we're going to get any catalyst until then. A couple of concerns. We do have a grouping of the oscillators on the 8-hour. We do have a fairly decent engulfing bar here. We've got some sellers coming in. We had sellers previously. Not much of a level that we're bouncing off, but if you look at that daily, it's a daily inside bar, pin bar, whatever you want to call it, and I can do that, and that would be the rejection zone. So if you come back to the 8-hour, you're going to see there's our rejection zone. First bar was not quite, we closed just on it, and then we closed below. So this is a little bit shaky for me. Don't want to be chasing longs at the moment with that pattern in play. So when we start drilling down through the time frames, 3-hour gives us a little bit of a different picture. You can see big up, spinning top, big down. Now that is also a topping pattern, but look at the oscillators, they are starting to separate. So this would mean probably a move into this zone of support here, which is a very strong zone of support around 41.50. So it's 41.56 and 41.48, which is the area of support that we should be paying attention to. That is the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. There's the shoulder, head, shoulder. So, and there's a bit of a megaphone formation here. I'm not going to draw it in, but you can see, draw a line along the top there and along the bottom. That's kind of what happened yesterday, but everybody was on holiday except the US. So volumes would have been relatively low in that first couple of first hour or so of the market. So for me at the moment, should be a wait and see. But if you look at the 1 hour, you've had a strong move going into the close yesterday. We're still very much in an uptrend. We haven't bounced off structure. We've basically barreled through this level here. You can see there's my swing high there. Okay, which lines up. We did find support there at 41.68. But now it looks like we are either going to move up and come back and find support, which is pretty much what the oscillators are saying. So the oscillators are saying you're going to find support either here or down here at 41.56. That's kind of what I would be waiting for. The one trend line that I would draw in on the hour is that one. Line it up properly. Okay, so just pick up the lows of yesterday, draw your trend line in, because bet your bottom dollar, if we get down to this level here, that is going to be an opportunity to buy, and that would be buying, probably to bounce your head up at 41.68. If we just drop down to the 15 minutes, nothing much yesterday with all the public holidays around the world, so do have a crossover the moving averages, but we stuck in between the moving averages, so not really interested in playing that. We do have a separation of the oscillators and a potential crossover that's brewing, which would indicate another move down. But again, I'm not interested in that at the moment. All the other time frames are pointing up, so I don't really want to chase against the bigger trend. So what I'm looking for is opportunities to buy, but with the Feds, who knows what's going to happen. So one thing that is clear is if we do move up, come back and find support here, and you're going to do this on the 5 minute rather than anything else. So wait for a crossover of your moving averages on the 5 minute, wait for the oscillators to grip the downside, move up, pull back, give you an opportunity to buy. So you should be able to buy off 41.68 with a really tight stop loss. Something like that, so you could end up with like a call it a 50-point stop loss for a 100-point gain. That would be my first target, 41.78. If you get above that, then might as well just draw the megaphone formation into the upside, because that is probably the most logical move. So then you'd be expecting, firstly, as I said, 41.78, and then just above 41.78 is another target at 41.80, and then you'd be looking at something in the lines of probably 4100. which would line up quite, oh sorry, 4200, which would line up at the top of the trend line. And if you pay attention to the oscillators at the moment, they are grouping on the hour as well, so that is what the indication is. So probably to the top of the megaphone, but I'd be a little bit cautious and just wait for the lower time frames, just oscillators at least to line up before you start buying into that, and wait for price action off a level. Anyway, personally it's probably safer to sit quietly and wait for the data. But if you're on the 5 minute, you've got time, there's going to be ample opportunity when you see bounces and rejections off support and resistance, which will get you in for a scalping day. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.